even a sliver of
What did I do? Hey, y'all. Oh,
We live. Welcome to 50/50 House.
it sounded like water was running at first. I
What's
apologize.
going on? I don't hear nothing.
You don't hear nothing? It's good? Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the 50/50 House, our first live of the year. Well, of our show, but of the year, and maybe more to come. We are hoping that everyone who comes across this live obviously enjoys the conversation. What are we talking about tonight, honey?
Doubling down on the nonsense. Sometimes we don't know when to just take the L.
What does that mean? You gotta give us for the
The
people who.
loss.
There we
I,
go.
I thought everybody knew what that meant. But
The
the
L
loss.
of what though? We gotta give context. Take the L of what? We gotta.
I'm just saying. You know I want to let you play. The video, but just saying sometimes when we do something that may be wrong or we get scrutinized over it, whatever the case may be, sometimes we gotta just learn to take the L instead of doubling down and just digging it deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm,
It gets worse actually.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta just take the L and let it be.
Yeah. Um. And so tonight we're going to be discussing. I'm going to show the video, and it's a controversy video that everyone has been discussing, in regards to Jamal Bryant and his wife. Um. And as always, again, with a new channel, the goal is for us to show the challenging, the things that make relationships challenging, right? The things that we as women are influenced to see that makes us respond and show up a certain way, the way that men are programmed to see things. So we just want to use this context of this conversation because this situation has so many pieces that relate to the issues that we see today amongst black, like especially in the black community. It goes deeper than like there anything about like faith, whatever you believe. It's just about how men and women show up, and women feel this way, men feel this way. So we're going to use this as to show that these issues happen no matter who you are. We still find is these issues are happening. So we're going to share. I'm gonna share this first one, the original video of Jamal, just a brief and that piece of it, and then we'll see the double
This
down.
is the first. This is the first double down.
First double down. Yes.
Needed to deal with it head on because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding.
Can we pause? You know I like to pause. And hey y'all, for those who are here supporting us, watching, thank y'all. We appreciate it. He said embracing the ignorance. Doesn't ignorance mean speaking on something that you don't have any information about, right? And like you could say, I'm very ignorant because I spoke on something that I didn't know, but I still gave my opinion on it, right? Wouldn't that be the context of it? Or am I? Yes, I don't know.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, that's what it is. Uh he calling people all these names and all that because they think that the dress was inappropriate.
Right. So
So every,
that's why I'm trying to see where does it how does someone be I'm trying to get the context of what ignorance, like how would it be ignorant to speak on it if we're going off of what we say, you know? I guess he's saying ignorant because you don't know why she wore it, right? Is that the context of ignorance?
I think he might have meant like because you think it was her body. Maybe he meant
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay. But that would okay. All right. Okay. I can see that. Maybe.
The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing,
You never been
furthermore,
exposed to nothing
I needed
because
to set the
you ain't know
record
the dress.
straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
Right about that part.
Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booger in and find you somebody that Negroes can talk about. How did you bag that?
I mean, it's like a joke at that point. Like the theatrics start coming out now, the performance and the hip hop songs and all the BS, man. Like, come on, man, give me a break, man. And that's your justification. I mean,
So
that's your wife. So
let me ask you this though.
if you wanted to shake it and all that, that's fine. What you got?
Uh-huh.
Why you telling everybody?
But let me ask you this. Let's just say hypothetically, wife wore it because she that's what she wanted to wear. Could a husband like himself, could he be doubling down because he wants to defend his wife? And he really may not have liked it, but what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to let you talk about my wife? And do I just double down and be like, I bought it? Like, could there be a piece of that?
I mean, I don't think I don't. He can't really say he didn't like it. He was with her, so I
No,
mean,
no, I'm saying,
he had to co-sign it on some level.
but I mean, and to a certain, and I guess it's the problem in relationships. I could be with her, but we had to go anyway. She wasn't. We fought the whole way here, and we had to show up, and she still wore the dress, and I had to still. We still came, and
That'd be crazy.
it's
That'd
very
be
real.
crazy if that was the story.
And I'm just throwing out like the things that could happen where we as women, and this is for us as women, we as women can put our husbands in positions to have to defend us and make themselves look worse because they got to defend us. And that's the part about, and I'm not saying this is to be, I'm using this example of how what we do as women, our husbands, and vice versa. My husband, this is my, and I'm not saying, and this is to the public, right? We're talking about the public. When we in clothes, when we in, out in the home between the two of us, but when we out, we gotta do our best to, even if I can't just let my wife be out here and everybody do. I gotta find a way to be like, I support my wife, So it goes back to our behaviors as men and women, but it's using us as example as women. We
But
have to, we know that our husbands got to defend us
if
publicly.
he, no, true, you're right. But I'm saying even if he was doing damage control, he did a bad job. I think he
I mean,
like
he
made it
doubled down,
worse.
right? He doubled down to stand like 10 toes. He went double, 20 toes down.
I
To
think I think for me, um, if he would have been more serious, like
mhm,
once you start with all the bull crap, like to me it makes it all bull crap. Not all the theatrics and all that. Like if he would have been more serious, like if he just sat there and just spoke with a serious tone, like yo, this what it was,
mhm,
and you'll take it or leave it. I mean, if y'all don't like it, whatever. Even if I don't agree with it, I can accept it. All right, well, that's how he felt. But once you do all that, it's like it's not even really real to me. I don't. You went up there just to get more views or whatever.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't even for him to be in a position that he in, I don't even know how he would take a stance like that.
I mean, but this
It's
is
weird.
the
It's weird to
this
me.
but we know that position doesn't change people for men or women, obviously. You being a doctor don't change how you dress, how you act. You being in a status, religious background, a professor, the president, whatever, it doesn't we don't titles no longer matter to coincide with behaviors anymore. We see the people in these political spaces. We see the
But
judges,
it
the
should though.
no, it should, but we so far gone past that nothing titles don't the title doesn't matter at this point.
But
Like that's the interesting part
when
about us
you
is that
reach a certain status, right? You
yes.
hold a certain position. There's
Yeah.
certain things that come with that. Like it's a good, it's a bad, but the same way you reap the benefits, there's certain things that you can't do no more. And
Mhm.
that's just the rules of life. Like that's the way
Mhm.
it is.
Mhm.
Everybody too busy trying to rewrite this shit. That's why it's off balance like it is.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you think that I was about to say, you think that we could still like okay, as women, we talk about we brag so much as black women about having degrees, being educated, being having this. We're running this, we're running that, right? And we let's use the example like a Jasmine Crockett. We see how much power she has with her voice and people who support her and whatever. The title, which people say, somebody who's a congressman, a U.S. representative, whatever, they would behave a certain way. I think right now we are living in a time where you get to act a complete fool and you can still have people women that's usually for the relationships. People think relationships that this stuff is going to work in relationships. You can act the fool you want to in a space as a politician, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean that you're going to find you a husband acting that same way. And that's what I think the lines are blurred when it comes to relationship. We think that that works in the world, going to be able to still work when you want to find a husband and still or a wife, and that's and you just can't do that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it's two totally different things, two totally different fields. Like your 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 husband or future husband ain't looking for the same thing that your employer or your job would be looking for. Like it's two totally different things. So the things you might have to display in order to get that is you might have to display a whole different side over here. And if you ain't equipped, then you probably won't be the one to get picked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I don't know, like when you look at this situation, all right, she wore the dress. Everybody almost in a consensus, think that it was too revealing, whether it was really her skin or supposed to be her skin, however it was, it just wasn't a good look. Um, when you have like a bunch of other people coming out and voicing their opinions, people that's in the same field as you, and everybody's like, "Yo, that ain't right." I think that, like I said, we're too caught up in doubling down on stuff when it's clearly wrong or we clearly made a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so hard for us to just, step down off of that? Like, so now you're at a point where you're going to make it right that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, somebody in your position should have his wife representing that way. you're gonna find a way to make that right because you bought it. That makes it right.
Right.
Because
That's
you've been all these places allegedly. That makes it right.
mm-hmm. I mean, we hear that, right? We
I don't
try.
even know how he got up there and said that. Like, what was he? What was he trying to convey? I
He
don't
was
get it.
trying to convey the fact that her husband is okay with it. So y'all shouldn't have a problem with it. That's basically what he was trying to say. If I'm okay with it, why do y'all care? I bought it. Why do you? So I think that maybe he thought the idea was she's making me look bad. And it's like, no. She ain't making me look bad because I bought it for her to wear. I wanted her to wear that. So that's where I think for him it's coming from a place of I'm trying to make sure y'all know that she ain't making me look bad. I wanted her to look like this. I like when she calls out like this. I like when men want to know how I bag.
Everybody liked it. All the men. Yeah, everybody liked it. I guess that's what you like. I guess.
Yeah. But that's the point of why I'm saying that's him saying that. Him saying why he said all that is because of that. I want to be able to let y'all know that she ain't making me look bad. So that's why I said in the sense of
So
double
you
maybe
like you like for everybody to be looking at your wife. That's your thing.
he
Is
said
that what
that.
you're saying? All
He
right.
said that. He said, I want a woman who what did he
Yeah,
say?
that make me say something when I come in. I forget. He
Or
said
yeah,
something.
but he said I want a men to say how you bag her, how you bag that. He said I want men to say how you bag that.
And the way you achieve that is to
Of
expose
a
her.
woman who looks good in her in these type of clothing, yes, basically. So again, he's doubling down on the fact that I want y'all to know that my wife ain't do nothing wrong because and because that's the thing. I think the conversation wasn't just about their status. It was about people saying, how can you as a woman wear that with your husband being who he is? And like that was a lot of the conversation. Just even not even just you as your title, but your husband. Why would you be so I think that goes back to
And
why
they're also famous.
why I gotta address it is because you're not gonna say that she's my wife is embarrassing me. I'm gonna and again, even what if I'm just doubling down so hard because I gotta defend her, even though I know I didn't really want her to wear it. I got to. Now I might my doubling down or how I defend my wife, I gotta go so hard to make it believable because I am a celebrity and I don't know. I don't know the other,
But what about your people? What if your people feel like you embarrassing us?
what people
His people.
in a congregation.
Yeah, or or beyond, just people who share the same beliefs. Like, what if they feel like y'all embarrassing us? Y'all supposed to be at the top, and y'all embarrassing us
Well, people talk about it.
because
There's people.
we saw some stuff where other pastors and different people was coming out and they ain't feel like the same way.
Mhm.
So what if your people feel like you embarrassing us though,
Yeah.
or is it all about you?
Well, and that's in this moment, it does seem like it's about what you want, right? And I don't care because again, you could tell it was a very much, and this is the problem that we have when it comes to relationships, that we don't think what we do affects other people, right? And like what I wear as your wife don't just affect you. Now your mom is going to be affected because people want to talk about me and how I'm going to make her look as a family. Like it's a domino effect of what one person can do,
Yeah,
and it can affect other people. And this
to
is
me, like one of the main things I don't like about it is just the message it sends once again that this is what you should have to accept as a man. Like, and to the men out here, you're gonna be dealing with this. A woman gonna be saying, "You see, look, he let his wife." Like, I mean, you co-signing the BS, and then these girls gonna feel like they should be able to do it, and they
mm-hmm,
think it don't. This is what flies in a relationship
mm-hmm.
because it's
even,
flying at the highest levels.
but even the comment about if you don't have a woman who to look like that, go throw her away and get another one. Even promoting that. So that's even
He
promoting that.
said that.
Yes. You want me to go back?
No, it's cool.
You gotta
Yes,
get rid of her and get you another one.
hey man.
So that's promoting not honoring your vows and just give. That's not even, we're not even honoring our vow. We just like, if you don't got her butt ain't big enough, get it, throw her in the trash and get her another one. Get a
Honor
big
the aesthetic, yeah.
It's
I
just
know
saying,
that.
like, we just giving up because they don't, like, that's why he said, I wanted a woman who like this. So it's promoting, you're not promoting, you're
I think
promoting.
it's fine for you to want those things, but I don't think that you
We shouldn't be promoting throw her away and get another one.
yeah. I'm not talking about that part. I'm just saying, like, you can want what you want in a woman, but to say like this is the reason why I want her to wear, and this is one dress, but I don't know. I guess that's his thing every day or whatever. Like he's cool with her wearing, more revealing stuff,
Mhm.
and I don't. I don't see the justification for that though. Like I understand why women want to do it, I guess, but I don't know why he wants it.
I mean,
I don't get that part.
but I don't understand why a lot of men want their women out in super revealing clothing.
I would
Some
think
men,
most don't though.
I think we live in a time now where,
I think people get
especially
pressured into it.
as they get
Some people
younger,
probably just simp for their girls or
I
so
think
just
no,
take the go ahead, go ahead.
I think honestly we live right now, especially for the
See, I
younger
just
generation.
simped for you.
Thank you. I think I think honestly we live in a generation now where the younger men, it's like that's from what Jamal Bryant said, it's almost like you are how your woman looks like. The baddest one is also a part of how they see you. So like wanting to flaunt your girl
In
with
some
nice clothes,
circles, I guess.
so that's a lot. And I don't gotta just you looking for the woman who wants to be like you. Some of them are looking for those women. They want the woman who is, more revealing. Like, you would be like, how can you walk out? How can you wear that with your man? But the man, he gets some type of confidence, he gets off, he gets something.
But if that's the case and that's his taste, like I mean, in general, I would say I don't knock it. That's your girl. You dig me? But
I'm
I
saying
do
this.
believe that um holding certain positions and things like that matter. Like I
Yeah,
said, it's a good that come with it. It's also some things you're gonna have to give up and sacrifice. So
yeah,
you know, when you in the position that he's in, you may not get to just do what the everyday man get to do. It don't work that way.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think again, the biggest issue, as we said, is it just makes like I said, you got the women that's going to start dating, or you out here dating and you trying to find a man, and you get in relationships, and your partner doesn't want you wearing certain clothes, right? And if this is your first lady of your church, you like, but the first lady do it, like you are, and it's like it's then you in this tug of war, like, well, I don't care what the first lady does, and you're like, so you got everybody trying to compare themselves to who they see doing it, and if I feel like, well, if she could do it, why can't I do it? And that's where it becomes this issue as when it comes to our relationships and how we deal with our partners, is that you trying to do what he let his wife do, and now you are crucifying or trying to demonize your husband because he's saying no, and so he look like he the controlling one, and Pastor Bryant, he's the better husband. And it's like, no, that gets into and
But
that's what a lot of this
it
stuff.
happens with a lot of these celebrity couples. Like these
Yeah. All
celebrity couples, the girls are allowed to push the envelope in certain ways, especially with the stuff they wear,
mm-hmm.
and it just trickles down. I mean, and then everybody got to deal with it, and it's like we ain't no celebrities couple, like you know what I mean. And the regular shit, I don't even know if them dudes like it. They just a part of the
It's just a
same
part of
game, so they
part of
play along or whatever the case may be. But uh, I think that regular everyday people trying to live and do the shit that they see these celebrities do all the time, think that's something that we need to let go of as well. Like
mm,
we need to start doing the stuff that equates to us. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be able to do what Meg the Stallion or whoever else can do. Like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? It don't work like
No,
that.
yeah, and that's the part that I always try to say. Like we gotta, like you said, we gotta let that go, but they can't because that's who we idolize. That's who we worship. That's who we, like everything is based on what the celebrities can do, and you don't realize that you're not a celebrity. And that other side too, everybody think they're a celebrity. And then we got influencers. Everybody is thinks they're somebody. So it also makes it very difficult when we live in a world where
You know what's crazy about that, right?
everybody's the biggest.
You are an influencer if you are, right?
Mhm.
Certain people are. They made platforms, created lanes for themselves, right?
Well,
So
I
they
said
are
everybody is a
they they
celebrity.
they
That's
they
different.
listen real quick. They are influencers, right? But the thing about it is, right? They use their influence in order to keep pushing the same shit that they're trying to be like the celebrities. They don't
Mm,
they don't even realize that they have the place and space to push their own narratives, to
yeah.
do their own thing, but they use that same place and space that they build themselves to push the same thing they stealing from them. Or like whatever it is, the looks, whatever it is, you ain't doing nothing but making yourself another one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm,
Instead of using your platform to do your thing, you know what I mean? To build off of what you bring to the table. You ain't doing nothing but perpetuating the same shit. You dressing like them, you talking like them. You ain't doing nothing but making another them.
yeah.
And that's the bad part about it. Nobody ain't taking advantage of what they're building.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think that can we change this? Can we change the way that, again, you got women, like I
Excuse me.
said, when you have a certain status, whether you are the first lady, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a politician, you're a judge, if y'all are all dressing scandalous with filthy mouths and all these things, what do we do for the younger women who are trying to find their way, but they can't, and then it makes it very difficult because it's like men are like, okay, we can have hope for the younger ones, and it's like, you can have hope, but it's so hard because they are being manipulated so
It,
easy.
it is. It's hard to pinpoint, like just to say, yo, this is what we do. I wish I
Mhm.
knew. Um, one of the things I think is uh they need to look at more positive people.
Mhm.
I think it's hard to get them to when the negativity is so loud and it's like always around.
But
Most of the
what's the positive people? What does that look like
well,
now?
people like you, my dear,
Well, thank you,
you know.
honey.
But um I think we have to make sure that we constantly speaking to them and talking to
Mhm.
them about certain things because the messaging that they get is like that these things are right. So a lot of them really they growing up and they think that these things are right. Like this is the way
Mhm.
it should be. Like and before you know it, they grown and they never knew and this is just it is what it is.
Mhm.
So I mean if we can cut some of that pipeline off, that would be good. I think that the young girls also they need to look at the results that these people have had like over the
Yeah.
years, like all the people who have spoken these things, who have went these routes, like see where it's led, like because it's been like a long time since this whole feminist and I could do what I want stuff started. So it's plenty and plenty of examples, like somebody my age, and I'm in my 40s, but somebody my age who grew up in the era that I grew up, all the people that we grew up watching, the celebrities and stuff, like a lot of them going out bad. Like,
Mhm.
um, they they sit there and people, women still big them up and stuff like that, but they going out bad, man. They going out by themselves. They in their 50s. Some of these women were beautiful. Like a
Yeah.
lot of them all of them had great careers and stuff like that. And they all had the world at their hands at one point.
Mhm.
They wasted it. You don't want that to be you. So I would say just check it. Look at those examples. There's so many of them, and it usually ends up the same. It just usually ends up the same. So if you go that route, that's the route you're gonna end up on.
Yeah. I have a surprise for you, honey. It's a little thing I want to slip into the live because so we're talking about doubling down. I wanted to show this video of I think because we have all this like doubling down is just a thing that we all do. Like and not all, but it's something that you said that people are just they don't want to ever just say, you know what, that was wrong. I should never did that. I was out of pocket, whatever. I'm gonna stand all the way in it. And it just and it just then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you become somebody that you don't even know who you are. But I remember a while ago when I worked with one of these kids. I remember her saying, you gotta stay in character. Or what did she say? You can't break character. And I said, what does that mean? It's like, you just can't. Once you start the lie, you never break it. And that's literally how a lot of them start. Like, I have to keep this lie going. I never break character. And I think that is the thing that you may not have started out in character, but once you are like, I can't change it. I gotta go with it. I wanted to show this video, and I showed you this like a week or two ago of the young woman who went viral earlier last year, the throat spray girl. We didn't hear nothing of, well, obviously she was just a regular girl, but she went viral because of the story that was told, and she told the piece of the throat spray stuff and what she had, but it was the reason I'm bringing this up now is because I have all of what was said and you're trying to defend yourself, but I'm doubling down on I don't care. I don't care. I went out there and I had this and I had that, and I don't care about like you're trying to make that you know that it sounds crazy that you flew out
Trying
somewhere
to make
that
something right that you know
and you're trying to and you make it about now you making it sexual. You talking about I don't care, and it's like you're doubling down so much. And it's just like you don't care what you say because I gotta make sure y'all know that he ain't embarrassing me. That was the whole point of what it is. He's not embarrassing me because I knew what I was going for. I had to throw spray. I had it. So it's like women are willing to just degrade themselves
just to justify it,
justify their behaviors. And then, like I said, then even if this is who they were trying to become, they then double down on the stuff that they're doing, and then their whole aesthetic becomes ain't no man gonna embarrass me, ain't no man this. And now you have taken yourself to a different level of options are out the door because you could have stopped at that, and maybe we could have just let it be. You was like, maybe you was salty, maybe my feelings was hurt. Damn, I did think he really liked me out, and I could have just been a dumb, gullible girl who flew out somewhere because I was pressed and I was all about his money, but I did really think I liked him. And that could have been that. Like people make poor choices. We know that people are chasing things. But when you try to come at it from a stance of no, I knew what I was going out there for. I was going to get like it just becomes a thing where we just are we're degrading ourselves. But I wanted to show y'all the whole aesthetic of what I mean about aesthetic about doubling down. You then double down and you make your identity and everything that comes out of your mouth is that same identity. This is a little quick intermission of the live to show y'all this in the sense of doubling down. If y'all want to go when y'all come, if y'all watch this replay, if y'all want to hear about this girl, I'm going to show this little clip of her rapping. You can search it on TikTok. It's called. You can search. It sounds bad, y'all, but search the throat spray girl. You'll be able to find it and hear the story. Just for that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but that's what you can search and you'll find it. She'll pop right up. Here we go. Here's her freestyle.
Slim, the biggest. This $1 million pussy, yeah, he know he can't get in. If that nigga wanna fuck on me, he know he gotta spin. I don't fuck with broke niggas, friend wishing it was him. Ex nigga still calling nigga wishing he could spin, yeah. Skinny tall nigga, bitch I like him dog. Big dick, waist big, he a work of art. Got him swimming in this pussy, only fuck with sharks. Face too damn pretty to fuck in the dark. Bitch.
So I just wanted to let y'all see that this is what doubling down will do for a woman. Not even a second in. I don't know the counts of it, but second word is about her vagina. The third or fourth word is about her vagina. The next word is about what she'll do in the bedroom. The next thing is about, it's like it just goes on and on and on.
I don't got nothing to say about that, man.
I'm just saying, like, this is what
It's,
happens.
these young girls, man, don't waste y'all beauty, don't waste y'all youth, man. Don't get involved in this crap, man. Don't get involved in it. You don't want to be like this.
Mhm.
Don't want to go out like this.
But that's doubling down on the nonsense to the max. To the max. Now, I'm not saying, again, we know that's what the women rap about and they get into all of that. And even that is just a lot of that programming, and that's all the music is about. But again, I think when you already have this story going on about you, I think there's another issue that happens when we go back to women and women in general, that we don't want to we, instead of us just being honest about us being hurt or sad, or we got to turn it into this, like, oh no, I can't let you know that I'm hurt, so I got to become this hard, aggressive, like, I don't know, it just becomes this whole different thing that you could just simply just say you were really hurt.
Even with something like that, man, like even music, even a girl like her, right?
Mm-hmm.
That stuff she just said, like, that's no different from whoever else, Sexy
No,
Red,
yeah.
Glorilla, whoever, right? Um, but she could be using her platform to rap about whatever's going on in her own life. Like, what I'm pretty sure she got a story because everybody got one.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just said a few minutes ago, she's using that platform to make herself another one of them
Mm-hmm.
instead of being who she is. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
because if she did that, she would be unique because ain't nobody else her. So whatever her story is, that's hers. But instead, she's going to sit there and just play the same playbook. This P
Well,
this P that, pay $1 million for it. Like, how many times can we hear this? Like, you know what I'm saying? You should have a whole nother story because you not like nobody else, but everybody's wasting their own talent, their uniqueness, and it's like copy and paste out here with everything. With everything. Everybody just out here on copy and paste time.
now that we bring this up in the sense of, as you say,
Except for marriage. They don't want to copy and paste that.
using your platform for what you could, for something else. You say, you have a story, and she's a mother. I think she has 3 kids. But, and since we're with to share this next clip of the clip, it's hard because women are so focused on, they don't got to be one way, and we take that, and once we share this clip, I'm going to go into it, but we take that in a very literal way. When people say women are able to have, women should be this or that, it doesn't mean that you don't get to do anything else in life. It's just the way that way that I conduct myself as a mother is how I conduct myself as a wife, in a sense of respect, how I conduct myself as an employee. Like, my respect for myself don't waver when my roles change. And right now we have used this, I'm multifaceted, and I'm not gonna go to, because I'm gonna show you hear this clip, but we focus so much on that. So that's why you have a mom of 3 who's rapping about that, and she could say, well, man, I'm just rapping, and when I'm at work, I'm different, and I'm here, I'm different, and when I'm like, so we have all this. So who are you? Like, we are so focused on being, again, in character, but this is who you have become in real life. Like, this is who you have become, and we like to use this, well, because I'm more than just a mom. I'm more than just. But what does being more than a mom mean? Being a rapper that's rapping about your vagina, like,
Right. And
that's
that's the thing, because I mean, none of us are martyr or shake or sing or none of that. But some things is just like, come on now. Like, your kids, what about your kids? You want them to hear that in 5 years, 10 years, when
they
they
say
go from 6 to 16?
their kids want to listen to their music. That's what they claim.
I'm just saying, it's on the internet. Somebody could DM it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I mean, you got to be a little bit smarter.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Versus if you really was telling a story about you,
yeah.
your kid can hear that when he's 16 and be like, damn, mom, I didn't know you went through all that with us. I didn't know you. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole different vibe.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear this next video. This is we double down, double down. This is a triple dipple, dipple down.
Before you walked out to go to the event? Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir?
People have said, oh, you know, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big.
Wow.
I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband.
Pause. That's a lie.
So she didn't know.
So that's a lie. So let me just make sure y'all know, as women, and for the men that are watching are going to come across this, women know. Period. We know, whether we're big or small, what looks like people are going to get from us, because you know how we know. We will say, I'm not going to wear this because I don't look right in this, because I'm thinking about what people are going to think about me. I'm not going to wear this because I don't want people to think this about me. Or I'm going to wear this short skirt because I know everybody going to look at me. Like, we put clothes on, especially when you look good. When you look
Women-
good, your body is a certain way. You know, you're wearing it because you already know what people are going to say about you. You already know.
Women go in the mirror. They
Yes.
adjust it until they get it the right way.
Totally.
They keep moving it, fixing it. Here
We
it goes.
know.
Okay. Now
So-
it's sitting right. So they don't.
So the idea
And
that
for
our
her-
ego is not that big to think that just shows how delusional you are. You want us to believe that you're that delusional.
No,
about your body.
she's trying to make it seem like she's so good.
She's so above it.
Yeah, like I'm not
so-
even thinking about that. Like that's the furthest thing. Come on, man. And you're
you think
you're a thicker
you
woman. You're not a small woman, so it's
Exactly.
impossible for you to say, well, I didn't even know. I didn't notice it would look like that. Like, come on, man.
My ego's not that big. Girl, you.
And yeah, then you're gonna say that to try to come on, man.
She said, I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and my man.
I mean that's fine, but for you to say you didn't know, that's like you insulting the people at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate. I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. And once I happen to marry a pastor, I happen to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right?
Can we stop there? Because this is also
what the one thing mean?
What do you mean?
I'm saying she's saying like you want a woman to be one thing because
one dimensional.
But I'm just saying that the thing is, the question that Tamron asked her, and the question that everybody has is, why would you wear that dress? So that means they want you to be one thing, and you're saying like, what are you saying? Like, so by wearing that dress, you were being what? If you weren't being that one thing that they wanted you to be, whether that's wife, first lady, whatever it may be, what were you being in that moment when you saying like,
oh, was you the pastor? I mean, was you the pastor wife? Was you the professor in that moment? Was you the daughter in that moment?
You weren't any of them, obviously. Like, what were you being in that moment? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because you're saying they want you to be one thing. Like, all they said is why you wear that dress.
She was the wife in that moment. What I was about to say though was, we could ponder. I was going to say the fact that she's saying, I happen to marry a pastor. I happen. And you're promoting as if you're promoting is.
Oh, I guess she's saying she ain't playing too.
Right, but you're also promoting not being intentional. You chose to marry. You didn't happen to. You chose to marry a pastor. We have to stop trying to act like he didn't just.
It ain't like. How long they been married? They've been married for a long time.
Let me see. It's a couple wives.
So
I'm just.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like she
He
knew
just
who he.
married her. He just married this lady in 2024.
Oh, all right, yeah, so you knew who he was and all that. So, yeah, stop.
Yes, he was just married in just 2024. So that's it. Only 20, he just married her in 2024. And he got divorced in 2009 from his last wife, and then he was dating a bunch of women in between that.
That makes sense though. That's why he's simping like that.
But what I was saying though was the fact that you're saying I just happened to, as if that you didn't make a choice. So that's my problem, that we as women, we like to act like when you make a choice, because you choose the man you want to marry, just like he chose the woman that he wanted. We both had to say yes to this. You had to say yes to the engagement. You had to say yes to the, to the marriage. So these are all a choice. We don't just I didn't just happen to marry my husband. No, I chose to marry my husband. That means taking accountability and responsibility, and the responsibility of what comes with being a wife. You don't just happen to become a wife. You choose to become a wife. When you become a wife, you have to move a certain way of what it would be deemed of how a wife should move, but in today's time, or how she should carry herself, when the title wife did mean something. So again, I don't know what part of the pie she was in that moment, but the idea of being one dimensional, as I just said, the women have this idea that they say we want us to be one dimensional, and I'm multidimensional. Again, I think she's referencing the fact that I'm not just a first lady. I'm a wife. I have a doctorate. I'm a daughter.
All the stuff she named was cool, but I don't think any of it. She didn't say I'm a runway model.
No, yeah, but I think she just
like, you know what I'm saying? None of it equates to
the dress.
Her wearing that dress.
I don't know. I think it was just to say that I'm not just the first lady, and I don't gotta be.
So did you didn't really address the question at hand, basically? Like, I don't know, because like I said, all those things you named, none of that explains like the dress. That's why I said, well, what were you being that day then?
She was being a wife that day. His wife, he wanted her to wear that dress. Her husband wanted her to wear that dress. She was being the wife that her husband wanted her to be in that dress.
I'm a copy. She's following what her husband said.
He bought the dress. You heard what he said. I bought the dress. Do you understand it?
In that case, how can we be mad at her then? She was only following her husband's lead.
See, again. Now let me ask you this: he defended her first. Now she defended him because he doubled down, and she now doubling down, triple double.
Maybe at least they together. At least they together on it.
Okay. There we go.
And so with that came the title of First Lady, but there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is.
So she said the title of this show. You know what? Let's find the actual the title of the show.
Now that might have been the wildest thing that anybody just said this whole time. How she gonna say that? She defines the title, so she's changing it.
She's changing
it. What she say it is.
Yes, to what she
a position that's been around for however long.
Yes,
and it's already established what it is. You're gonna make it what you.
Yes.
Hey man, listen, man.
She's gonna do that. Yeah, she's going to do that because you know why? Because she can do that.
Do she respect her own beliefs?
I mean,
alleged beliefs, I guess. I don't know. Let me stop. Man.
I mean, again, we live in a time where
that sounded crazy. Like, I make the position. I'm gonna make the position where I'm gonna make it. Damn.
Anything goes.
That's crazy.
Anything goes. That's where we are. We're at anything goes. And
look at his face. He's sitting right there like you. The fuck?
Anything goes. Anything goes. I want to find I want to find them on there so we can hear more. Because Tamara Hall, sometimes she will challenge a little bit. Like a little bit. So let's see. Let's she'll challenge a little bit.
That's crazy. You make the position.
All right,
And the
let's see.
bar is just getting lower and lower, man. And of course, these people black.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, here we are on the grand stage with the foolery.
Mm-hmm. We look like a bunch of fools. Let's see what Tamara said.
Florida. And I felt like, I actually said to myself, what in the world, what is God using my show for to talk about this dress moment?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, you attended a beautiful event that I've attended before, the Mayor's Mask Ball.
Yes.
It's a fundraiser gala for HBCUs, and you wore a black lace flesh tone dress. This
dress.
is the dress.
Look at the dress. Look at the dress. And you telling me that you ain't think nothing about.
Is it back like that too?
Yes, it goes all the way around the back. You mean tell me that your ego ain't this big to ever think nothing about what people this you never had a thought of what you never in your life thought nothing
That
about.
was like that was like the most you know how they say you know people trying to say something to say what it's not because they know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was some like
Look at
that
you.
wasn't
You're hippie.
yeah,
Like
it was all ego. Like
it's-
that's why you said my ego ain't that big because you know that thing that was all ego. Yo, man, cool out, man.
how are you acting like you don't know what it is?
The internet has not a week later stopped talking about this dress.
Yeah.
So let me start. I want to unpack it from the beginning.
Yeah, like to say you didn't think
who picked
people
out
would
the
say
dress?
nothing is crazy.
You
You
picked out the dress.
Yes.
Because your words have
Wait,
since gone
hold
viral
on,
about
hold
the
on.
dress as well. So you pick out the dress.
Yeah.
Wait a minute
What was
now.
it about the dress? Because
Hold on, you heard that? She picked the dress. He just paid for it.
I mean, I would think that. I wouldn't think he went to the store and just was like, "Ooh, I want this for my wife."
I thought when he said he bought the dress, I thought he picked it out for her. I did.
You just said they've only been married a year. I just told you the man's something, man. Get a man a break.
All right, fine.
it's a statement. And you know you are a pastor and a first lady.
Sure.
When you saw that dress, you said yes to the dress.
Tamara knows she wrong. Tamara already know. That's why she asked him because when you saw that dress and you first said you a pastor wife, Tamara know it's wrong. She can tell the question she asking that she know like what was you thinking? You know you the pastor wife and you saw the dress and you was thinking yeah this is it. Tamara know it's wrong.
What was it about the dress?
I loved the design of the dress. I loved the creativity of the dress. For me personally, I thought that the dress was fully covered. It's interesting.
It is fully covered.
Yeah, I felt
Well,
like it was,
the underlay.
Yes,
It's a sheer
yeah,
lane.
I felt like it was fully covered. I showed it to my husband.
Were
He
you
loved
in
it.
the dress when he saw it first, or was
No.
it hanging? The dress on the hanger is one thing. You put the dress on, it's another thing. It brings on a new life.
Sure.
She walks out of the room in the dress.
Yes.
Before the event, was the first time you saw her in the dress?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Why do we need to leave?
There it is, right there.
She
He
was
knew.
drop dead gorgeous, but
He knew.
it doesn't
go
matter
right
what
there.
my wife has on. It's always going to be top tier. She is just amazing in everything that she puts on. And I thought
You even got
it
one
was
right now.
complimentary and alluring, and I thought it was
What is that?
magisterial in every way. I didn't think it was controversial. I thought it was great.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about
We
the
just saw
dress?
this part.
And
But wait, how he said I didn't ever think, even as a man, you said I didn't even never think nothing of it. I never thought it was gonna be no controversial. How again are you in your ego that much?
He contradicting himself. He just said when she came out, the first thing he thought was, "Damn, do we gotta leave?" What do that mean?
You look good, right?
So I mean, that's a little bit more than good, though. He don't want to leave. You know what that means? So if he felt like that the minute he saw you, how can he say that he didn't think nobody would think nothing, like, or nobody would say nothing, like?
And it's crazy because you know who you are. You know that people always have something to say about you. You know that you are an alumni beyond being a pastor, just celebrity wise,
Yeah,
and
you're famous.
to and all the everything. So how could you possibly think that it's going to be like, oh, ain't anybody gonna say nothing about? That's just like it's crazy.
most I mean, I guess it depends on where you're going or whatever, but I think most of us as men, if our wife came out and that's how we felt, you know what I mean, we
I'm
would
probably
probably
like,
be like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't wear that.
yeah.
Especially you going to somewhere that's like a big gala like that, that's gonna be crawling with people. Excuse me, it's gonna be cameras and stuff. You know, everybody gonna see y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna be one of the more prominent people there. So
Yeah.
everybody gonna want to take pictures. It's one of those type things. So I mean, ultimately the decision you made it full knowing what you're going into. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think that most guys would make that same decision. That's all I'm saying. Like, now you should probably change. You should probably wear that somewhere else or something or whatever,
Yeah.
if at all. Like somewhere we ain't gonna be on camera every 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Hey, who am I?
Thing that I was most concerned about was making sure that I was having me be fit for it. I typically don't like to wear.
And that it might create a stir.
No, I actually thought that the dress was too dark.
Sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir.
No, I actually thought that the dress was too dark because I typically don't like to wear black. And so my only thinking was, oh, maybe it's too dark. When we were having me be fit for it, the seamstress will tell you the thing that I was most concerned about was making sure that I was covered at the top. And so the only thing really that you could see is my shoulders because I had on gloves. This was sheer. And then, of course, everything else before. So there honestly was nothing in my spirit. And I'm very mindful about what I put on. There was
like, are we like I think she really doesn't understand the illusion.
I mean, I get what she's saying, but it's still it's the illusion of it.
The illusion, yeah.
It's the look that it gives off. Why would you want to give that look? You know what I'm saying?
That's the question.
Why
like,
do you want to?
Why you want to give?
Do you want to give the imagination of your thighs and your hips and all that out? Like, you know what I mean? I wish we could see a close up picture. Like, I want to see like what the sheer look like, but
I mean, it's just her skin tone. It's like that's what they do. Is they do close.
But can you literally not see her skin at all, or can you
see her skin? No, it's like it's not see through. On the dress, but I think the top part you can. That's more like a sheer, where that's like a flesh material. That's just a skin tone color material. Where this is just sheer, but you can still see my skin. It's just not out. Like it's almost like a mesh, but the dress itself was material that was close. That was basically her skin tone.
Yeah, it was really close. It was definitely close.
Nothing in me that checked me, that alarmed me.
I want to go back so you can see what I mean. Like you see, like at the top, that's mesh. It's just her light skin and it's just a little mesh on top.
Oh yeah. Just in the middle.
The bottom is material. That's the skin tone. Like it's like the whatever under. It's basically that underneath. So.
Armed me, that alerted me, that made me feel like anything was wrong. The dress I felt was very appropriate for the occasion. We were not at a church event. We were at a black tie gala for which we've gone to every year. We've been a partner with UNCF in Atlanta. And so we were excited to.
So this is the thing, right? Which is why I said about the multidimensional what these women claim. We are now saying that because you're not at church or I'm not at Juma, I should be able to wear whatever I want because it's not at a religious event. And that's the part that women have taken away, the fact that a woman who is modest, has self-respect, who has class, who has dignity, she does not change that or waver that based on the location. So I don't go out and wear my butt out in public. And then when I go to church, I'm gonna put a full black dress on and cover myself up. If I'm a modest woman, I'm gonna be a modest, conscious, responsible with my body, responsible how I carry myself, no matter where it is. And I think that's the other argument of I think people that it's so sad that someone in the church, in this religious of stature, that you are trying to now make it like, well, we wasn't. You sound like you are one of the women, like just a regular woman fighting about, well, I wasn't in church. How are you? It's like you are the church. I am the mind. Like I represent that, and I'm representing it everywhere I go. At least I should be. So for you to try to take the responsibility off of what I didn't have to do because we were at a event. So he's not a pastor no more. You're not the first aid no more. You're not a professor no more. You're not you just all of that goes out the door when you get into this space and you get to act the complete fool, and you would say, oh well, I was just Sherry on the other day. Today I'm back to being professor. Tomorrow I'm back to being a wife.
I hate that the whole multidimensional thing is always used for
Nonsense.
something like to the left, either something scandally or some whole activity or something like that. It's like, oh well, I'm multifaceted. Like it's only brought up when something like that. Like
right.
Nobody brings it up like to say like, you know, that a bunch of good stuff. Like they bring it up only when it's something to the left. Like then it's oh well, oh yeah, I'm multidimensional and all that. Like come on, man. We gotta grow up, man. Stop this nonsense. Seriously.
And to go. So there was nothing in me that made me say, I've been reading things where people have said, oh, you know, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate, multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. And once I happened to marry a pastor, I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is. It may not look like what people are accustomed to seeing it look like, and that's okay. It's okay that many people were not fond of the dress. I'm not upset that people don't like it. We all like different things. The challenge for me is, as believers, when we see someone have on something or do something that we are not fond of, how do we navigate that space when God is watching? So do we don't crucify them? Do we publicly humiliate them? Do they become prostitutes and all of these other things? Right.
And I think that's so to that point, you responded on the pulpit because it
don't do that. I'm sorry. I just don't do that. Don't again, I'm sorry, this 50-plus-year-old woman sounds like the same women on TikTok. The same women who are trying to avoid accountability. All you said was, well,
but that's where they get it from, and that's why I said you gotta stop listening to these ladies.
If God is watching you. Should you be judging me? Are you going to take it up? Now it's my fault. Now it's on me to be thinking about what I say to you, because God going to judge me for judging you. That's what she basically just said. If you're a believer, think about how you about to judge me, because God's watching you. So you now are saying nobody can judge you, which every woman says when they are in the wrong. That's when people are in the wrong, they're always go back to, you better watch how you judge me, because God gonna judge you. That's only people who are wrong and know that they're wrong. They always try to flip it back on the other person who's judging them in their behaviors. And that's the messed up part about this, is the fact that this woman, so educated, who has a PhD, who has a doctorate degree, you are saying you are trying to avoid accountability at all costs.
How old is she? She's 50 something?
I think she's 52.
So she just got married at 51.
What's her name again?
So or 50. Yeah. So you know what it is with her. Say no more. She got married at 50. Unless she's married before or something. So I don't know her background, but I don't think that's the route. Yeah, I agree with that. That last comment. Definitely men agreeing with this bull crap. We'll keep it the same way, man. He's sitting up there. That's why I said it's of course it's another black couple sitting up here promoting stupidness, doubling down on it, looking crazy. And man, it's gonna trickle down because again, this is people with fame and celebrity, so it'll trickle right down to the little people that keep trying to keep the same bull crap going.
Mm-hmm.
Turned into this viral media thing. From the mainstream media, like People Magazine, to people on TikTok, they were saying things all the way down, and you responded. Let me play it.
Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund, but
You were clearly upset.
Yes.
You took it to the church. You took it to, if you played for the Knicks, you took it to Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Why did you go
Why
to
you
Because it became in public space. The theologian said that you ought to have a Bible in one hand and a newspaper in another. And so I thought it was prudent for me to.
Well, that I think that was a valid question that she asked. It was you were upset. Why did you take it to your church to address it? You know, why you could have got social media and addressed it. Or you could have popped your phone up on your page and said, "I want to address this." Why did you take it to your church?
I mean, and that's what I kind of said at the beginning. If you'd have been more serious and had a more serious like tone or just a whole with the message, it might have came off different. But you took it to the church because you wanted to put on a performance. You wanted to be getting asked this question now. You wanted everybody to see you do what you did. You knew you would have your audience there, and you know it was strategic, I think.
Yeah.
Address it, but what people are missing is that was 2 minutes of a 40-minute sermon, and that it was not the full crux of what the message was, but talked about the disparity and the sanctified misogyny that happens within the church, of setting up a standard of holiness just on how women.
Lovey. Sanctified misogyny.
You know what misogyny is? Men rule. So he's breaking that down so she can now wear this. So hey, man, they making their own rules. That's what they saying. Like basically, she making her own rules, he making his, and I guess that's what it is.
So men are too sanctified.
I believe he was saying that before it was sanctified. You dig me? For men to be misogynist. I believe that's what he said. But I guess he's saying that he's not doing that. That's why he's letting her wear this.
Okay.
Dress.
You can rewind it a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think that's what he said.
And I put in of holiness just on how women are sanctified, and that it was not the full crux of what the message was, but talked about the disparity and the sanctified misogyny that happens within the church, of setting up a standard of holiness just on how women dress, but no standard about how men ought to dress.
That's what I thought he was going. Yeah, he tripling down now.
No, he
now he gonna take it. He taking it to his own church.
He's not even on triple. He is on Cinco. Like he is like this goes.
What's her name? What's her name? Carrie or
Carrie. I'm losing my voice.
Carrie, something like that. What's her? Let me look up her name.
Carrie.
It's Carrie.
Carrie. Yes. Listen, for the men and the women, y'all, we have to understand.
Carrie got that boy something hard.
These people are going to ruin us again to be a black couple. And
if we keep following them, we gotta stop following them.
But it's hard not to
stop following these damn celebrities.
Have to, but it's hard. But
they've been crashing us out for 40 years. Like, let them go.
I know, but I want us to understand that this is happening in many different spaces. That's why I would just say that it's happening in many different spaces, and we are being corrupted from social media, from in the school, in the church, and here, and it's everywhere. It is everywhere that it's trying to program us to fight as women to basically be able to wear whatever we want to wear, do whatever we want to do, and then we like to call it misogyny.
No rules, yeah, lawlessness.
And you got a man, and this is what women love. They love a man who's going to simp and pander.
Co-sign this bullshit.
That's going to double down on the nonsense. Boy, oh boy.
Put in that I like it, that this is not a uncovered woman.
No.
It's not an unprotected woman. This is a woman whose husband likes it. So why do you care?
Right.
And so I think that people got to get through their own insecurity and their own frailty, that what people presume to be out of place and out of order in their own eyes, you don't have to always type.
Right.
You can just keep scrolling and keep going and say, I don't like the dress.
More with Pastor Jamal and
I don't know. I just really find it so disheartening to see that we, from the smallest of the smallest to the biggest of the biggest, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to get people, especially because women are looking for anyone to feed their delusion. Anyone. And this is only another, it's like another 1,000 points for them of like, see, yeah, what I'm doing really is okay. You know, I'm not sending for a man unless he's gonna let me do it, unless he's gonna be how Jamal Bryant is with his wife. They get these standards that they start to feel like I'm not settling unless he could do this, or I'm not settle unless I get this or that. Like they have these unrealistic ideas about people and men and dating because of these celebrities. It's just messed up. It really is. So
I mean, we at the top of 2026, man. Now is the perfect time. There's no time better than now, man. I do believe celebrity culture is dying some. It's such a big influence. Some of these people is in people's hearts. But we just got to keep pushing forward so we can keep killing it more and more. Like, it's going to start with small groups, I guess. I mean, but if we, can show progress, show some results over in those small groups, those groups will grow. I mean, because like I said, this shit been going on for years and years and years and years. Like, why keep following them into the depths of purgatory?
Well, y'all, we gotta have our own. I know it's hard, but we have to be free thinkers. Try to really think for yourself and not get sucked into. Again, it's very hard. It's very easy too, but really trying to think for yourself. Ask yourself, why am I fighting to be naked? Why am I fighting with my man to wear this dress per se? And you might realize that I'm fighting because I'm supposed to, because that's what everybody else does. And I've been told by other women, don't let that man tell you what to wear. Don't let that man make you give in. Don't let that, like, everything is a fight. And now we have been focused on fighting and fighting and fighting. It's just ridiculous. It really is. So hopefully we can really start to see some change, but we have to, unfortunately, like Tamara Hall said, this is the type of stuff they give a big platform and keep making it bigger. You bring people on just because it's popular, but even with somebody like Tamara Hall, not saying there's anything wrong with her, but her show has turned into getting the biggest, most popular people and with the most controversy to come on the show. You're not using people who are really doing good stuff. She had Risa Tisha on her show because she did a 50-part story about how she was
I guess to show you how much social media really running shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like you like y'all just bringing anything. It don't have no substance to the show. There's no substance. There's nothing good coming from what they're putting in front of us. It's just not. So the people who should really have the spotlight shined on them for what they're doing, what they're discussing, how they're influencing. Let's not focus on only people who are influencing negative stuff. Focus on people who are influencing positive stuff, but they don't show those things. It's either a celebrity or a regular person that's got big because they did something wild. That's really how it be on these shows. You got the celebrities who gonna be on there because they're celebrities, and you got the regular people who become Instagram, TikTok famous, and you bring them on because it's drama.
It's all about the views, the money.
So we gotta have some balance. I mean, you could every couple months somebody positive that's doing something, something. I don't know.
I guess if you cared about that,
yeah,
you would.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, this is a good conversation. Thank y'all for joining our first live. We appreciate it very much. If you joined late, you can the replay will be up. So go check it out, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'm just speechless.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Stay modest.